Hello everybody, my name is Dom of X, comicreleases.com assistant editor, and I want to say a quick happy Monday to all of you before we get into the collected editions, single issues, all of the release date updates, and the tracking for the last week or so. Let's get into it. The first of these books is none other than Captain America by Mark Gruenwald, Omnibus Volume 2, which is being pushed to the 29th of July instead of the 1st of that month. Before I get into the next Omnibus, I would like to say a couple of words about this person behind the script, and that is none other than the now late legendary Peter David. Peter David is one of the most well-renowned and well-known comic book creators of the last 40 years. You want to talk about a guy who reimagined and made the Hulk into what he is today, reimagining X Factor and building up that own brand into X Factor Investigations, creating the template for what would, I think, most people today consider their version of Supergirl, and of course creating characters and molding characters in the Young Justice format. That was my personal first favorite book of his. When I was 18, I picked up those specific trades at my local comic shop, and I never skipped a beat since then. Peter David is obviously one of the legendary founders. His impact is well known, and I just wanted to say those words out quickly before I got into this omnibus, as I do have a heavy heart in not only talking about the delay of this book, but also extending my condolences to Peter David's close family, close friends, loved ones, and confidants. Now, this specific omnibus is being released on the 22nd of July instead of the 15th of July. New Warriors, Nova, and Night Thrasher omnibus is now being pushed to the 19th of August instead of the 22nd of July. Spectacular Spider-Man by J.M. DeMatteis and Buscema omnibus is now being pushed to the 26th of August instead of the 29th of July. Star Wars Darth Maul Black, White, and Red is now being pushed to the 27th of January of next year instead of the 6th of January. This is the trade paperback, not the Treasury regular standard trade paperback. Next up, we have Fantastic Four by Mark Waid and Mike Wieringo, Rising Storm. This is the third of a epic type, complete collection type set that they are doing for this specific run of Fantastic Four. And I would imagine we'll get a modern era epic collection of this someday. This is now coming out on the 27th of January instead of the 13th of January of next year. We do have Phoenix by Stephanie Phillips, who is currently also writing The Adventures of Spider-Gwen on Earth 616 in Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider. This is now coming out on the 27th of January as well instead of the 6th of January. Next up, we do have the Absolute League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Extraordinary. I know that some people like to fuddle that up. This is now coming out on the 8th of July instead of the 24th of June. We have the Superman box set, which is unfortunately being pushed to the 19th of August instead of the 24th of June. I wonder if this is most likely a production issue, but if you were looking to see what inspires or will inspire the Superman movie to come out in July, this is going to have all of those trade paperbacks in one set. But again, 19th of August instead of the 24th of June means that for some of the newbies who might be out there, it might be a while before they get to see not only where the inspiration for some of the movie comes from, but hey, you get to read new, fresh books, relatively anyways, like Joshua Williamson's and Jamal Campbell's Superman run on Volume 1 Supercore. DC Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 4 is getting a push back to the 25th of June instead of the 18th of June. And Resurrection Man Quantum Karma issue number 3 by Ram V and Anand RK is being pushed to the 11th of June instead of the 4th of June. All right, let's run through a whole bunch of books. I got a whole lot of these, and we can call it a day. Adventure Family Tree, issue number 3. This is the end of the miniseries by Matt Fraction and Terry Dodson, is being pushed to the 2nd of July instead of the 18th of June. Ultimate Hardcover, which is now coming out on the 3rd of December instead of the 31st of December, so we got a push forward there. A pushback on Cal 1964. We got a nice nice cover by Rod Reyes. This is a massive verse book, now coming out on the 29th of October instead of the 18th of June. Dark Room Volume 2 hardcover. This is now being pushed to the 31st of December instead of the 20th of August. Dead Eyes Volume 2, the Empty Frames trade paperback, is now being pushed to the 17th of September instead of the 9th of July. Free Agents Volume 1 trade paperback is now not only $19.99 instead of $16.99. This Fabian Nicieza and Kurt Busiek collaboration is now being pushed to the 18th of June instead of the 28th of May. Ice Cream Man issue number 44 is now coming out on the 23rd of July, and issue 45 of Ice Cream Man is now being pushed to the 10th of September instead of the 11th of June. Letter 44 Compendium is now $59.99 instead of $49.99. Napalm Lullaby issue number 10 by Bengal and Rick Remender is now being pushed to the 16th of July instead of the 18th of June. Nights issues number 16 is now coming out on the 9th of July. Issue number 17 is being pushed to the 13th of August, and issue number 18 is now coming out on the 10th of September. Proof Compendium trade paperback is now coming out on the 18th of June instead of the 4th of June. Redcoat issue number 13 is now coming out on the 2nd of July instead of the 18th of June. Rockefellers issue number 6 is now coming out on the 25th of June instead of the 4th of June. The Seasons number 5, which is by Paul Acezeta and Rick Remender, is now coming out on the 25th of June instead of the 18th of June, and issue number 6 is now coming out on the 23rd of July instead of the 16th. Spawn Origins Deluxe hardcover volume 8 is now coming out on the 11th of June instead of the 7th of May. Spawn Sam and Twitch Compendium volume 1 is now being pushed to the 2nd of July instead of the 25th of June. Ultra Mega volume 2 is now coming out on the 27th of August instead of the 4th of June. And Youngblood Vault Edition Volume 1 is being kept in the vault until the 17th of September instead of the 13th of August. Avatar: The Last Airbenders, The Lost Adventures, and Team Avatar Tales Omnibus is now being pushed to the 17th of June instead of the 3rd of June. Ghost Compendium Volume number 1 is now coming out on the 28th of October instead of the 21st of October. Gunsmith Cats Omnibus Volume 2, which is now being pushed to the 29th of July instead of the 17th of June. We also have another delay for Volume number 3, which is now coming out on the 25th of November instead of the 14th of October. Jim Starlin's Dreadstar Omnibus Volume 1 is now coming out on the 28th of October instead of the 21st. Jupiter's Legacy Library Edition Volume 2 is getting a price down for $49.99 instead of $59.99. Starlight Library Edition is now being pushed to the 16th of September instead of the 9th of September. And last but not least, we do have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 2, New York City versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Library Edition, which is their term for deluxe edition, is now being pushed to the 10th of February instead of the 13th of January of next year. If you haven't yet, check out our website, comicreleases.com, my and Webhead's love letter to comics, a hotspot where you can finally figure out what's coming out, when, from what place. Our unique upcoming website tracker in the Collected Editions tab makes sure that you're on top of every single collected edition coming out on the market with release date updates to the minute, from the tiniest graphic novels to the giant Generator Deluxe hardcovers as large as an absolute. Our unique spreadsheet not only gives out the most accurate information out there, but our format also filters and ensure that you can find your books as quickly as possible. The tracker also gives out links to domestic and international retailers so that you can purchase your comic books at the snap of a finger. We are also proud to host monthly solicitations as per given by the publishers that generously send us information to give to you all. From the Ultimate Universe to the creator-loved Oceans and Universes, we specialize in giving you the most readable format of solicitations without any of the annoying advertisements. If you also donate to our Patreon at just $2 a month, which is less than a coffee at Starbucks, you will receive access to a special watch list dedicated to individually tracking items that are on your wish list, past or present. Place in your tracking number and make sure that these books also not only come in safe, you can even put in special comments on these as well. On top of that, your name will also show up at the end of every single Dom of X video creates as a huge thank you. That is comicreleases.com. For more information, check this out down in the description.
If you also want to contact me or Webhead, check the contact forms down in the description or email me down in the description.
Now, if you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comment section below. And also, if you were affected by any of these changes, I am Dom of X. You be you. Please stay safe and have a wonderful day wherever you are.